Hi, my name is Chris and this is Battle Nonsense. Online multiplayer games need a good netcode and many powerful servers around the globe to provide players with a good online experience. Over the last few years, DICE has invested a lot of time and money in the netcode of Battlefield. But one aspect of the game that will cause players to accuse others of using hacks or blame the game's netcode for how they just died has not been addressed yet. In a game like Battlefield, things can get very chaotic, and often you will find yourself in a situation where multiple enemies fire at you at the same time. So it's not only understandable that a player will lose track of what his health was when that engagement began, it is also impossible for a player to identify every enemy that is firing at him, especially when these are outside of his field of view. So considering how poorly the game communicates how you just died, it is no surprise that players use the chat to vent their frustration, where everything is then the netcode's fault or all enemy players are hackers. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the netcode in Battlefield 5 works flawlessly or that there are no hackers. But it is really hard to identify actual issues with the game's networking or hackers, as these are buried under the noise caused by the game's inability to tell the player what just happened. This is an issue that all Battlefield games, even those that ran on the Refractor engine, have in common. Which is why I once created a kill cam concept design for Battlefield 4, which explained in detail how you got killed without using a replay from the perspective of the player who put the last bullet in you. If you played any other game that uses such a replay inside its kill cam, then you know that these have its own major issues. Like that what you see in the replay does not match what you, or sometimes even what the shooter saw on the monitor. Which is one of the main reasons why I do not want to see such a replay kill cam in Battlefield, as these tend to cause even more accusations. So, since Battlefield 5 still does not address this issue, I thought that I should update my damage log design concept and integrate it into the HUD design of Battlefield 5. So, when you are down and bleeding out, we could have the damage log in the lower left corner. Here I now see the health value that I was at when I received the damage that killed me. On the soldier graphic, I can see where I was hit, and which was the last hit that killed me. Then, next to the soldier graphic, I get a list of the damage that I took. First I took 3 points of fall damage. Then I took 24 damage from an MP40, followed by 51 damage from a Sturmgewehr. And finally, I was shot in the head, which dealt 100 damage, which was a bit too much, as that total is more than the 89 health that I had when I started to receive that damage one after the other. So when I look at this info, then I know that I was not at 100 health, even though I thought to remember that I was. I know where I got hit, I know how much damage each hit inflicted, and who or what caused it. And I also know who shot that final round that put me down, and how much damage that dealt. So with that rather simple damage list, the developers could prevent many false accusations and players blaming the netcode for how they just died, because this information allows the player to understand what just happened. It can also be integrated seamlessly into the squad spawn menu, so you can look at these stats for a little longer. And it surely could also be integrated into the deploy overview if players want to have that info there as well. So what do you think about this concept? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or would you change something? Let me know in the comments down below. And that's all for today. If you like the content that I release on my channel and want to support what I do, then you can find the link to my Patreon in the description down below. Without the awesome support that I get from my patrons, Battle Nonsense could not exist anymore. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, have a nice day and take care. My name is Chris and this was Battle Nonsense.